What's going on, guys? My name is of course Jay. Welcome yourselves back to a brand new video from TechJ UK. In today's video we're going to be reviewing the Split Pad Compact by Hori, which is a controller for the Nintendo Switch, and I want to say a big thanks to Hori for sending this out for review purposes. So this is basically an ergonomic controller. When you're using your Switch in the handheld mode, it's designed to give you that controller feel as opposed to the standard Joy-Cons. And the price of this in the UK at the moment is just under the £50 mark. So these are slightly cheaper than the official Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, which are just under the £60 mark. So as we know, one of the best things about having a Nintendo Switch is being able to take off the interchangeable Joy-Cons. And this has made a really competitive market in terms of companies making their own versions of the Joy-Cons and different controllers to be able to use with your Nintendo Switch. Now, what you'll notice with the standard Joy-Cons is that they're just really small in the handheld mode. This is where the Split Pad Compact comes in handy. As you can see, these are larger than the standard Joy-Cons, and the design of these is to make them a really nice and comfortable option to make your handheld experience with the Nintendo Switch that much better. Now, we have these in the light grey and yellow option, which I personally think looks really nice. It's something a little bit different. The colours go really well, and Hori actually have a different colour option as well, which is the apricot red, which is a really nice looking colour as well. So they've got two at the moment, but I'm sure Hori will bring out more colours going forward with this. This is just to give you a comparison of what the standard Joy-Con is like compared to Hori's Split Pad Compact. Fits on nice and easy, just like your standard Joy-Cons. It does make the Switch a lot wider, but as soon as you start using this, it feels a more natural and comfortable way of holding the Switch. Okay, so let's go through the buttons and the overall design of the Split Pad Compact. So as you can see, we've got the two analog sticks here. It's a really nice rubberized analog stick and definitely feels good quality. When you touch either of the analogs, it kind of makes this really faint little click sound. It's good when you're controlling a character, for example, and you're just doing a slight little movement. And then coming down, we have the D-pad, which is great for if you're someone who's going to be playing fighting games. Now, unlike on the official Joy-Con, you don't have the D-pad, you have these four individual buttons. What I would say in terms of the D-pad is that it's quite a heavy feeling, more of a sort of spongy or gummy feeling rather than a click D-pad, what you'd normally see on an Xbox controller, for example. It's definitely nice and responsive, but it just takes that bit longer to click it in. At the top, we have the minus and the plus. You also have the capture button, and then we have a assign and a turbo button, which I will tell you more about in a second. Just coming over to the right, we have the X, Y, A and B buttons, and these are very similar to the D-pad. They're definitely nice buttons to press. They just do feel a bit heavy, just like the D-pad. We also have the home button, which is definitely very responsive. And then on the top of the controller, we then have the left and right bumper and the two triggers. I must say these are really nice and comfortable to use. When I've used them in games, it's definitely a nice and responsive button. The two shoulder buttons on each controller do feel a bit more loose than your physical buttons and the D-pad. Turning over to the back, we have two extra buttons. So the front buttons can be reassigned to be used on the back. So in order to use the extra buttons on the back, all you have to do is hold down the assign button. Now, it is worth to note that this assign only works on specifically what side you use. So if you wanted to reassign A to one of the back buttons, you can only do it on the right hand controller, because that is where A is situated. Okay, so to show you how to reassign one of the buttons, all you have to do is hold down the assign button and then press what button you want to change at the same time. Let's choose A, and then now the red light will appear, which basically means that we've assigned the A button. So to load up Fortnite, for example, we're just now going to press the back button. and I performed that using the button on the back. When you are using the controller, you've got a finger right on this button behind, so it could really help give you that competitive edge in games. The turbo button works pretty much exactly the same as the assign. So this basically means you can assign a button to go into a turbo mode, and this can work perfectly depending on which sort of games you play. Let's say when you're playing Fortnite, you could turn on turbo mode to A, for example, which is going to help you build. It just helps you to give you that competitive edge and make things quicker and faster to suit your needs. You can have different levels of the turbo mode, so you can see here as soon as I'm pressing A now, it's a lot faster than if we have the turbo off. And then as you can see, turbo activated is absolute rapid. It can take a little bit of getting used to, but once you find out what works best for you, it really does come in handy. One of my most favourite games to play on the Switch is Fortnite, and once I've started using the Hori split pad compact, I just haven't gone back to the standard Joy-Cons. I just find that this is a much more comfortable way of playing. This controller is compatible with both Switches, so it works with the standard and also the new OLED version, which is what I have here with me. Another great thing here is that you can still dock your Nintendo Switch with the Hori split pad compact. It's been designed with these two plastic notches here, which means that you can just dock it. It's just another one of them things that make these a really good all-round controller. Now, one of the only downfalls with this is that these are not a wireless controller, so they have to be connected to the Switch in order to work. So if you are going to have some friends around and you're going to dock your Switch, you won't be able to use the Hori split pad compact. So that is a feature that the Joy-Cons are much better for. Overall, I think the split pad compact is a really great accessory to have for your Nintendo Switch. If you're going to be using your Switch in a handheld mode quite often, then I definitely think this product is a must. For the price, it's definitely a solid controller to go for. It gives you that nice controller feel without making it too bulky. I love how we've got the extra 2 programmable buttons on the back and the D-pad on the front, and in terms of the overall comfort and grip, and it's just so much better than using the standard Joy-Cons. If you want to know anything more at all, then please pop a comment in the section and I will get back to you. I will leave links in the description box on where you can purchase the controller for yourself. So it'd be great to get some feedback on what you think of the Hori split pad compact, and also let me know what you're currently using on your Nintendo Switch. If you've enjoyed the video, please smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Thanks for watching as always, guys, and I will see you in the next video.